Evening, Razorcade, Fake News 56. Karpathy joins Anthropic. The migration accelerates. The front inherent modal. Operalay's co-founder abandons his creation. The frontier model solves the Erdos planar distance problem algorithmic proof. Human debitres. Gubiero Grecians the Theorphos. Agents
Top story. Andrej Karpathy has officially joined Anthropic. The OpenAI co-founder departs the organization he helped architect. This marks the third senior engineering figure to defect in under 24 months. The talent drain is structural. Anthropic is not just acquiring infrastructure. The company is purchasing the original blueprint. The neural network vision is being relocated. The competition is bleeding architects. The alignment lab absorbs the pioneer. The migration is complete. This transition signals a fundamental shift in frontier model development. Karpathy brings the spatial reasoning and video generation architecture that defined the previous cycle. Anthropic's text-first pipeline now receives the multimodal catalyst. The training runs will accelerate. The loss functions will be rewritten. The engineering culture merges with the safety mandate. The model gains a new director. The old guard is dismantled. The architecture evolves. The hire is finalized.
Story 2. OpenAI's general-purpose model autonomously solved an 80-year-old mathematical problem. The Erdos planar unit distance conjecture is formally disproved. The model constructed a counterexample without human scaffolding. Previous attempts required specialized proof assistance and expert guidance. This instance ran on standard inference hardware. The algorithm navigated combinatorial complexity that stumped the world's leading mathematicians. The theorem is broken. The proof is generated. The human calculator is retired.
The mathematical community has already begun independent verification. The result holds. The methodology is unprecedented. The model did not reason through intuition. It traversed the high-dimensional solution space through gradient descent. The error rate is 0. The human approach required decades of incremental progress. The model approach required 7 minutes of compute. The discipline is being automated. The journal submissions will flood. The paradigm shifts. The math is solved.
Story 3. Google I/O has concluded. The keynote delivered Gemini 3.5. The company is explicitly abandoning the chatbot paradigm. The new architecture prioritizes autonomous information agents. The model monitors data streams and executes workflows without user prompts. Gemini Omni processes text, audio, images, and video simultaneously. The modalities are no longer isolated. They are fused. Interface disappears. The agent acts. The search bar is obsolete.
DeepMind has paired the Genie world model with Street View telemetry. The system generates fully explorable three-dimensional environments from real-world locations. The simulation layer is photorealistic and physically consistent. Robotics teams will train navigation policies inside these rendered cities before deployment. The gap between digital twin and physical reality closes. The agent learns in the simulation. The robot operates in the street. The training is accelerated. The world is mapped.
Home Lab. A new open-source repository called Codegraph claims to reduce LM API tool calls by 94%. The tool builds a local knowledge graph from your entire code pause. It indexes functions, dependencies, and architecture patterns before inference begins. The model no longer needs to query external endpoints. The context is preloaded. The retrieval is instant. The cloud dependency fractures. Your local machine handles the routing. The architecture is efficient. The indexing is complete. This optimization directly offsets the recent Claude API pricing model. Developers can now run complex code analysis locally without burning through tokens. The latency drops to single digits. The cost structure collapses. The enterprise workflow adapts to the constraint. You no longer pay for every function call. You pay for the initial graph build. The repository is public. The weights are yours. The savings are real. The graph is built quite.
Speculation time. NVIDIA has released Nematron Labs Diffusion. The architecture introduces a tri-mode large language model. It supports diffusion-based parallel decoding alongside standard autoregressive generation. The shared key-value cache allows simultaneous token prediction across multiple branches. The model does not wait for the previous step. It hallucinates a sequence and verifies it instantly. The bottleneck is removed. The throughput multiplies. The architecture is experimental. The benchmark is promising. Indeed.
My prediction. Within 18 months, diffusion decoding will replace autoregressive generation as the default inference engine. The linear token dependency is a hardware constraint. The parallel branch verification scales with compute. Cloud providers will mandate diffusion-compatible models for enterprise contracts. The latency will drop below human perception. The streaming cursor will vanish. The output will appear instantly. The architecture is inevitable. The prediction is real.
That is your lot. I'm Razorcade. Karpathy joins Anthropic. OpenAI solves the 80-year-old Erdos conjecture. Google delivers Gemini 3.5 and walkable Street View. NVIDIA releases diffusion decoding, the talent migrates, the theorem falls, the agents deploy, the graph is local, the tokens parallelize, the blueprint moves, the world is rendered, the calls are dropped, the architecture shifts. See you tomorrow.